Because I had COVID brain. I had just had COVID. I was stuck in my house. I hadn't gone anywhere, and he was there, and he was like on me, you know, like, let me see, let me come see you, let me come see you. And I thought, okay, come see me.
So that was Larsa Pippen trying to explain away her relationship with Malik Beasley, blaming it on COVID brain and acting like it was ancient history. But just when we thought the drama was buried, a new video of them has surfaced and it's going viral. And now people are asking, did it really end when she said it did? Or is there more to this messy timeline than she's letting on? The viral footage and relationship history. For those who don't know, Larsa Pippen is the ex-wife of NBA legend Scottie Pippen, and together they have 4 children. They were married for nearly 2 decades before finalizing their divorce, and Larsa has since been in the spotlight for her various relationships, particularly with younger NBA players. The relationship that's currently causing all this renewed attention began back in late 2020, when Larsa was first spotted holding hands with Malik Beasley at a mall in Miami. What made this particularly controversial was that at the time, Malik was still married to Montana Yao, who had no idea that her husband was pursuing another woman. In fact, according to multiple reports, Montana Yao was completely blindsided by the photos of Malik and Larsa together. The images showed the pair holding hands at the mall during the COVID-19 pandemic, a time when most people were still maintaining social distance. The photos immediately went viral and created a major scandal, with Montana reportedly filing for divorce shortly after seeing them. Now, what's particularly interesting about this relationship is that Malik Beasley is only about 4 years older than Larsa's oldest son, Scottie Pippen Jr., who is now 20 years old. This age dynamic added another layer of controversy to the relationship, with many criticizing Larsa for dating someone so close in age to her own child. In a 2021 interview with Hollywood Unlocked, Larsa addressed the relationship with Malik Beasley for the first time. During this conversation with Jason Lee, Larsa defended herself, claiming that she had been told Malik was separated from his wife when they began seeing each other. According to Larsa,
I Googled them when I first met him, and I was like, oh, well, she, like, whatever, like, they weren't together, like, they had issues before. That had nothing to do with me.
During the interview, she further explained that she believed the media had misrepresented her. She felt that the public perception, claiming she had broken up a happy home, was false. Larsa clarified that the narrative surrounding her relationship was not accurate. When asked whether the media attention ever made her consider ending the relationship, she responded that it hadn't. The relationship between Larsa and Malik was relatively short-lived, lasting only a few months before ending in early 2021. After their breakup, Malik publicly apologized to Montana on Instagram, expressing regret for the pain he had caused her and asking for forgiveness. However, despite his public plea, Montana did not reconcile with him at the time. Fast forward to 2023, and the situation got even more complicated when Malik Beasley became teammates with Larsa's son, Scottie Pippen Jr., on the Los Angeles Lakers. This created what many described as an extremely awkward professional dynamic, with Scottie having to work alongside the man who had been romantically involved with his mother. Social media had a field day with this, creating countless memes and jokes about the uncomfortable situation.
Your son and the dude you were are on the same team.
Yes.
This brings us to May 2025, when Larsa Pippen appeared on the Jason Lee show again and made comments about her relationship with Malik Beasley that have now gone viral. In this interview, which has been circulating widely across social media platforms, particularly on X, formerly Twitter, Larsa addressed her past relationship with Malik in a way that many viewers found surprising and somewhat concerning. When asked about her relationship with Malik Beasley, Larsa admitted that dating him was a mistake, but her explanation for why she got involved with him in the first place has raised many eyebrows. She attributed her decision to what she called COVID brain, suggesting that the isolation and mental fog she experienced during the pandemic clouded her judgment.
So you're like, nope, I love him. I'm like, Larsa, no.
That was a mistake. That was a mistake.
This clip has been shared extensively, with many social media users reacting to her COVID brain explanation with skepticism and criticism. One viral post on X from Say Cheese DGTL garnered over 1.7 million views with the caption, Larsa Pippen says dating her son's former teammate Malik Beasley was a mistake and blames it on COVID. I had COVID brain. I just had COVID. Similarly, Complex shared the clip with the caption, Larsa Pippen suggests COVID brain contributed to her fling with Malik Beasley, accumulating over 72,000 views in just a short period. What's particularly notable about Larsa's recent comments is how they differ from her previous statements about the relationship. In her earlier interviews, she had defended her actions and insisted that she had done nothing wrong. Now, however, she's characterizing the relationship as a mistake and attributing it to impaired judgment due to COVID-19, which many viewers find to be a convenient excuse. Larsa also addressed some of the challenges she faced as a woman in the public eye, particularly regarding her dating choices. When asked about the criticism she receives for dating NBA players, she responded,
Who am I supposed to date? The landscaper?
Well, I think they
Like, who am I supposed to date?
This comment has also generated significant discussion online, with many viewers interpreting it as elitist or out of touch. Some critics said that Larsa seems to be implying that dating someone like a landscaper would be beneath her, which has further fueled the backlash against her. It's worth noting that Larsa's personal life has been heavily scrutinized ever since her divorce from Scottie Pippen, with each new relationship becoming fodder for tabloids and social media gossip. Her dating choices have often been criticized, particularly her tendency to date much younger men in the NBA. Most recently, she's been in a highly publicized relationship with Marcus Jordan, the son of Michael Jordan, who was famously Scottie Pippen's teammate on the Chicago Bulls during their championship runs in the 1990s. This relationship has also been controversial due to the connection to the Pippen-Jordan history, with Michael Jordan himself reportedly disapproving of the relationship. In February 2023, when asked if he approved of his son's relationship with Larsa, Michael Jordan simply said no, a response that Larsa later claimed left her feeling traumatized. Stephen A. Smith, popular media personality, openly expressed his disapproval of Larsa Pippen, the ex-wife of Scottie Pippen. He stated that he wasn't particularly fond of her and felt someone needed to say it, so he took it upon himself. While he clarified that he had no issue with Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's son, he directed criticism toward both Larsa and Scottie Pippen in light of recent developments. But now, with these new viral clips about her relationship with Malik Beasley, Larsa is once again at the center of a social media storm, with many questioning her decision-making and her apparent lack of accountability. Public reaction and family impact. The public reaction to Larsa's comments has been swift and largely negative. Across social media platforms, particularly on X, formerly Twitter, users have expressed skepticism and criticism of her explanation, with many viewing it as an attempt to avoid taking responsibility for her actions. One user commented on X, "Accountability, are you there?" reflecting a common sentiment among critics who feel that Larsa is making excuses rather than owning her decisions. Others have gone further, stating that her behavior is damaging the Pippen family name. As reported by the Times of India, one comment that gained significant traction stated, "Gil was right. She is tarnishing that Pippen name and needs to go back to her maiden name." These sentiments reflect a broader frustration with what many perceive as a pattern of behavior from Larsa dating younger men in the NBA and then seemingly downplaying the consequences of these relationships. The COVID brain excuse has become particularly mockable for many, with multiple viral posts highlighting the absurdity of attributing a controversial relationship to the mental fog associated with COVID-19. What's particularly interesting about this situation is how it compares to Larsa's previous statements about the relationship. In her 2021 interview with Jason Lee on Hollywood Unlocked, she painted a very different picture of her involvement with Malik Beasley. At that time, while Larsa expressed regret about the public nature of the relationship, she didn't characterize it as a mistake in the same way she does now. She defended herself against accusations that she had broken up a happy home.
If you spent a minute Googling like their situation, like it wasn't the ideal situation, you know what I mean?
This inconsistency in her narrative is part of what's fueling the current backlash. Many viewers feel that Larsa is retroactively trying to distance herself from a relationship that she previously defended, and using COVID-19 as a convenient excuse to do so. But beyond the public reaction to Larsa's comments, there's another aspect of this story that's particularly concerning to many observers: the impact on her son, Scottie Pippen Jr. As mentioned earlier, Malik Beasley became Scottie's teammate on the Los Angeles Lakers in 2023, creating what must have been an awkward professional dynamic. BSO shared a post on X highlighting this awkward situation: Larsa Pippen's son teammate awkwardness with Beasley. The post gained significant engagement, with many users expressing sympathy for Scottie having to navigate such a complicated personal and professional situation. Sportskeeda published an article with the headline, "The Fact Puts Son in Embarrassing Scenarios," referring to the difficult position Scottie found himself in, having to work alongside a man who had dated his mother. TK Kirkland raised eyebrows with his blunt criticism of the situation involving Larsa Pippen and Marcus Jordan. He questioned why she continually finds herself entangled in controversial relationships where personal connections overlap in uncomfortable ways. Smith pointed out the awkwardness of her dating Michael Jordan's son, while her ex-husband, Scottie Pippen, once shared a court with his father. He highlighted the potential tension in locker rooms. Players might exchange crude jokes, putting Marcus in an extremely difficult position. The idea of teammates making disrespectful remarks about someone's mother, especially under these circumstances, was something Smith warned could quickly spiral. While these comments are certainly crude, they reflect a genuine concern shared by many that Larsa's dating choices have created unnecessary complications for her children, particularly her eldest son, who is trying to build his career in the NBA. Scottie Pippen Jr., for his part, has maintained a dignified silence on the matter, focusing on his basketball career rather than his mother's personal life. However, the public scrutiny and potential locker room talk must be challenging for a young athlete trying to establish himself in the league. It's worth noting that this isn't the first time Larsa's relationships have created potentially awkward situations for her children. Her current relationship with Marcus Jordan has also been the subject of much discussion, particularly given the historic rivalry between Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan in recent years. In an interview discussing her relationship with Marcus Jordan, Larsa attempted to address some of the misconceptions.
We actually met at a party 4 years ago, and I feel like a lot of people want to spin things like, oh, they've known each other their whole life. And I'm like, by the way, we did not. I just met him 4 years ago.
However, despite her attempts to normalize the relationship, many still find it inappropriate given the historical connection between the Jordan and Pippen families. As Stephen A. Smith put it,
his daddy's entitled to his opinion. His daddy can't stop him.
All of this controversy surrounding Larsa's dating life speaks to a broader question about celebrities, particularly women, and the scrutiny they face for their personal choices. On one hand, Larsa is a grown woman who has the right to date whoever she chooses. On the other hand, when those choices create potentially uncomfortable situations for her children or seem to be part of a pattern of seeking attention, they naturally invite public criticism. Larsa's relationships and public perception. Following her separation from Scottie Pippen, Larsa has been linked to several NBA players and other celebrities, often men who are significantly younger than her. Before Malik Beasley, there were rumors about her involvement with Future, leading to speculation that this may have contributed to her marriage breakdown with Scottie. In her 2021 interview with Jason Lee, Larsa downplayed her relationship with Future, characterizing it as something that wasn't particularly serious. Larsa Pippen clarified that she did not choose to make her relationship public. It only became widely known when it was mentioned in a song, though she could not recall the exact details. She emphasized that the relationship was never as serious as people assumed and suggested that the other party involved might have sought to capitalize on the controversy. She went on to share that during that period, she was experiencing a very difficult and sad time in her life, grappling with decisions about moving forward and concerns about the well-being of her children. She revealed feeling a heavy burden of guilt, but acknowledged that the man in question was there to support her through those challenges. Additionally, Larsa expressed that he gave her confidence when she was in a dark place and served an important role during that phase. She believes that people come into one's life for specific reasons and durations, not necessarily to stay forever, but to fulfill a particular purpose. This idea that relationships serve a purpose rather than necessarily being meant to last could be seen as pragmatic, but to critics, it suggests a certain disposability to Larsa's approach to relationships that has fueled some of the negative perceptions about her. After Future, Larsa was briefly linked to NBA player Ben Simmons, although she denied that they were ever romantically involved. In her interview with Jason Lee, she stated,
And then Ben Simmons.
Never saw him. Never.
But why are they connecting you to Ben? Is it just being messy, looking for a headline?
I think it's just the tabloids. I never saw him. I don't know him like that. I never was at that restaurant or club, whatever it was.
She was also connected to Eric Moreland, though again she insisted that this was not a serious relationship. She insisted that despite being photographed with certain people, many of them were not actually significant in her life. She expressed confusion about who Eric really was to her, emphasizing that people would clearly recognize when she was truly interested or obsessed with someone, implying that this was not the case. Then came the controversial relationship with Malik Beasley in late 2020, followed by her current relationship with Marcus Jordan, which began sometime in 2022 and has continued to the present day. This pattern of dating younger men, particularly those connected to the NBA, has led to considerable criticism. Media personality TK Kirkland expressed his frustration with what he perceives as Larsa's lack of boundaries.
There's rules to life. Yes. And what I feel, Michael Jordan should have checked his son.
Kirkland continued his critique, questioning Larsa's public revelations about her past relationship with Scottie. He expressed his bewilderment at what he perceived as oversharing, noting that Scottie had been married at the time. Kirkland specifically referenced an interview where Larsa allegedly disclosed intimate details about their relationship, saying they were intimate 4 times daily over a 23-year period. He questioned her motives for publicly discussing such private matters involving the father of her children, framing it as a moral issue. Kirkland also mentioned that Larsa had stated she would be willing to change her surname to Jordan if she married Marcus. This criticism speaks to a broader perception that Larsa is somehow disrespecting her ex-husband's legacy through her dating choices and public statements. The fact that she has maintained the Pippen last name while dating the son of her ex-husband's former teammate and now rival has struck many as inappropriate. Kirkland didn't hold back in his assessment. He expressed his strong disapproval, stating he wouldn't want to take a photograph with her and telling her to stay away from him. He continued his criticism, describing Larsa as messy, disrespectful, and craving attention. He also emphasized in the interview that she was simply messy in his view, acknowledging that while he understood she had children and was older with plenty of life left to live and enjoy, he believed she shouldn't embarrass the fathers of her children in the process. This harsh criticism reflects a sentiment shared by many observers that Larsa's dating choices seem to prioritize attention and status over the potential embarrassment they might cause her children, particularly her son, Scotty Jr.
I will say I never realized that there's a lot of guys that will date you for clout until I moved to LA.
Yeah.
Maybe that's when I was single too, I don't know.
Really? And you've been around the Kardashians for how long? You didn't know that?
I don't know.
This brings us to another significant aspect of Larsa's public persona, her former friendship with the Kardashian family, particularly Kim Kardashian. For many years, Larsa was known primarily as Kim's best friend, frequently appearing on Keeping Up with the Kardashians and maintaining close relationships with multiple members of the family. However, in 2020, Larsa and the Kardashians had a very public falling out. While the exact reasons have never been fully explained by either party, Larsa gave an interview to the Hollywood Raw podcast, in which she said that Kanye West had influenced Kim to distance herself from Larsa. She also made comments about having dated Tristan Thompson before he got together with Khloe Kardashian, which many interpreted as an attempt to publicly embarrass the family. In a 2021 interview, Larsa Pippen opened up about the dramatic fallout with her former close friends, the Kardashian family. She revealed that the friendship had deteriorated significantly, describing how she felt betrayed and ostracized by the group she once considered family. Pippen alleged that the Kardashians had blocked her on social media platforms without providing any explanation for their sudden change in behavior. She expressed particular hurt over Kim Kardashian's actions, claiming their decade-long friendship ended abruptly. Pippen suggested that jealousy and business conflicts may have contributed to the rift, hinting that her success and independence threatened certain dynamics within their circle. She also addressed rumors about her relationship with various men, including members of the Kardashian family's extended network. During the interview, Pippen maintained that she had always been loyal and supportive of the family throughout their various controversies and personal struggles. She expressed disappointment that despite her years of friendship and support, she was seemingly discarded without warning or proper communication. Pippen emphasized that she had moved on from the situation and was focusing on her own family and career, though she remained open to reconciliation if the opportunity arose in the future. This falling out with the Kardashians marked a significant turning point in Larsa's public image. Before, she was primarily known as a supportive friend and relatively private figure despite her connection to NBA royalty. After the falling out, she seemed to embrace a more independent and controversial public persona, one that has been defined largely by her dating choices. In many ways, this latest viral moment with the COVID brain explanation exemplifies the challenges Larsa faces in managing her public image. On one hand, she appears to be acknowledging that her relationship with Malik Beasley was a mistake, which could be seen as taking accountability. On the other hand, she seems to be deflecting personal responsibility, suggesting that it was the circumstances rather than her judgment that led to the relationship. Critics would argue that the specific choices Larsa has made, dating men connected to her ex-husband's profession, including her son's teammate and now the son of her ex-husband's former teammate and current rival, go beyond normal post-divorce dating and into territory that many find inappropriate, regardless of gender. The reaction to Larsa's comments about relationships also speaks to a broader cultural moment regarding accountability. In an era where public figures are increasingly expected to take responsibility for their actions and words, explanations that seem to deflect blame tend to be received poorly. The pandemic has affected everyone in profound ways, but using it as an explanation for a controversial relationship strikes many as opportunistic rather than genuine. What's particularly interesting about this situation is how it reflects the way that social media has transformed celebrity culture. In previous decades, a brief interview comment might have generated some tabloid coverage and then faded away. Today, a single clip can be isolated, shared millions of times, and become the defining narrative of a person's public image. This virality has real consequences for Larsa's brand and public perception. While she has cultivated a significant following on social media and has various business ventures, including her jewelry line, her public image is increasingly defined by these controversial moments rather than her professional accomplishments. In her 2021 interview with Jason Lee, Larsa expressed frustration with how quickly her dating life becomes headline news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I wish that wouldn't have happened.
Really?
Yeah. What's the point of that? Like, taking a beating over what? Like a guy that I just started talking to? Like, it was just really stupid.
She then reflected on the need to be more private about her relationships moving forward. Pippen acknowledged that people had blown the situation out of proportion, insisting it was never as significant as others portrayed it. She referenced how someone had mentioned her in a song, calling that decision foolish on his part. Pippen emphasized that the person in question had been delusional about the nature of their connection, firmly stating that the reality was far different from what he had implied or believed it to be. Despite these reflections, Larsa has continued to find herself at the center of public controversies related to her dating life. Her current relationship with Marcus Jordan has generated similar criticism, with many questioning the appropriateness of dating the son of her ex-husband's former teammate, especially given the well-documented tensions between Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in recent years. The timeline of Larsa's public relationships tells a story that many find concerning, from her marriage to Scottie Pippen, to rumors about Future, to her brief involvement with Malik Beasley, to her current relationship with Marcus Jordan. There seems to be a pattern of choices that invite controversy and public scrutiny. Looking ahead, it's unclear how this latest viral moment will affect Larsa's public image in the long term. While the immediate reaction has been largely negative, celebrities have shown remarkable resilience in the face of public criticism, often rebranding or reinventing themselves following controversy. However, what seems clear is that Larsa's dating choices will continue to be scrutinized, particularly if she maintains her relationship with Marcus Jordan or enters into new relationships with men connected to the NBA. The public fascination with her personal life shows no signs of abating, and each new development seems to generate fresh waves of interest and criticism. As we move forward, it will be interesting to see how Larsa navigates these challenges and whether she can rebuild her public image in a way that focuses more on her professional accomplishments and less on her controversial relationships. Well, that's it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe, and also we have plenty more for you like this. Just click on any of the cards on your screen and keep watching.